From the outside, the armor looks absolutely incredible. Polished, powerful, and intimidating in all the right ways. The kind of costume that instantly makes you feel like a hero. Stepping into a larger-than-life world, Kumail Nanjiani admits that the moment he saw it, he was genuinely excited. It looked cool, it felt special, and it represented a huge opportunity in his career. Wearing it wasn't just acting. It was stepping into an entirely different universe. But as stunning as the armor looked, the experience of actually wearing it was a completely different story. The first time Kumail put it on, the excitement quickly turned into shock. The weight was far more intense than he had imagined. The armor pressed down on his body, restricting movement and making it difficult to breathe. It wasn't uncomfortable in a small way, it was overwhelming. The suit demanded physical effort, mental focus, and endurance just to stand and function normally. In that moment, the fantasy disappeared, replaced by the raw reality of what actors sometimes have to endure behind the scenes. The second time, things changed slightly. Not because the armor was lighter, but because Kumail knew what he was walking into. His body was better prepared, his expectations were realistic, and mentally he understood how to manage the pressure. Still, the suit remained incredibly heavy, constantly reminding him that this role came with real physical challenges. What made the situation even more interesting was the fact that he had been warned. Before ever stepping into the armor, someone from the production team had casually but clearly mentioned just how heavy it was going to be. At the time, Kumail felt confident. Like many actors, he believed he could handle it. After all, how bad could it be? The moment he actually wore it, the warning suddenly made perfect sense. He immediately realized they hadn't exaggerated at all. The armor was exactly as heavy as promised, maybe even more. And in that instant, he openly admitted that they were right all along. It was one of those humbling experiences where confidence meets reality, and reality wins. Despite all of this, Kumail doesn't regret a single second. The weight, the discomfort, the struggle, all of it added authenticity to the performance. It grounded the character in something physical and real. Every movement felt earned. Every moment on screen carried the weight, literally, of what the character was meant to represent. Sometimes, the hardest parts of a role are what make it unforgettable. While Fallout pushed him physically, another moment in Kumail's life recently hit him emotionally. And it came as a complete surprise. One morning, he woke up to his phone buzzing non-stop. Messages, notifications, congratulations, all pouring in at once. At first, he was confused. He had no idea what was happening. He didn't even know that the Golden Globe nominations were being announced that day. More importantly, he didn't think he was eligible. Seeing so many messages instantly triggered that familiar feeling of uncertainty. When something major happens, your mind doesn't immediately assume it's good news. It could be something serious, it could be something bad. But then came the realization. People don't usually text you when bad news hits. They assume someone else will break it to you. This time, the messages were different. They were filled with excitement, pride, and celebration. That's when it finally sank in. He had been nominated for a Golden Globe for his stand-up special. The moment was surreal. What made it even more meaningful was how deeply personal the project was. This wasn't a shared production or a collaborative role where many voices shaped the final product. This was entirely his. He wrote it himself. He crafted every joke, every story, every moment. From the very beginning to the final performance, the special reflected his voice, his experiences, and his perspective. In an industry where actors often play just one piece of a much larger puzzle, having something that belongs to you completely is rare. And to see that personal work recognized on such a prestigious stage was deeply satisfying. It wasn't just about an award or a nomination. It was about validation, about knowing that something honest, something created from scratch, connected with people and mattered. It was proof that his voice had power beyond the roles he plays. For Kumail, that nomination symbolized growth, from comedian to actor, from collaborator to creator, from performer to storyteller, with full ownership of his work. Between carrying the literal weight of Fallout's armor and experiencing the emotional weight of unexpected recognition, this chapter of Kumail Nanjiani's journey perfectly captures the reality of success. It looks glamorous from the outside, but behind every achievement is effort, discomfort, surprise, and vulnerability. And sometimes, the moments that challenge you the most are the ones that define you forever.
For full video, click related link below or like and subscribe this channel.